I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video, we're taking a look at the Chrome Industries Hawes 26L pack, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So this backpack is made from a combination of recycled materials, including nylon, ballistic nylon, and polyester. The materials have like a very rugged feeling, but they're also somewhat soft. I have no concern or worry about this standing up to like weather or the test of time. It's definitely a very like sleek and aesthetic looking backpack. This is their all black version, and it comes in 2 other colors. So with this one, you can see like a little bit of branding on the front with the Chrome logo. And then there's one more logo on the back right here on the shoulder strap. Aside from that, it's pretty minimal. A lot of these pockets tend to blend in because of the all black aesthetic. The zippers are really nice. They glide fairly well, although with this flap in front of them to help provide an extra level of weather protection, it can sometimes get in the way when like trying to go, especially around the corners. So that's just one of the issues that I noticed while testing this out. It's not a huge deal, but it is somewhat annoying because you sometimes have to like flip the flap all the way over in order to continue getting into the backpack. For attachment points, there are 3 attachment points right here. They kind of look just like a little bit of decoration, but you can attach things to either these. And I found that this worked really, really well. No issues there, and it feels very strong too. So if you do happen to like attach something with a carabiner, I never had any issues with like them coming undone, especially because of how thick this strap is. And then if they feel like very like built into the bag, so very strong and resilient, so I wouldn't have any concern about somebody trying to like walk off with anything that was attached to this specific side. And then they are also 2 a little bit wider shoulder straps, or I'm sorry, attachment points on the shoulder straps on both sides. I don't think these work really well for like smaller carabiners. Maybe if you have like a hero hook or like a massive carabiner, this would work well. But aside from that, this is a pretty stylish and sleek looking bag. As for the harness system, they use their T-lock system, which is pretty cool. It allows you to undo these shoulder straps from the top, like here, and they fit into some of these other ones so that you can really adjust it to match however you prefer to wear it, whether or not you like it higher up or like if you have wider shoulders. This works really well for adjusting that. And then these are completely removable. You just slide the strap all the way through and it comes off. And then this, while attached, slips into a little pocket right here on both sides. So you can remove the shoulder straps entirely. One of the cool features of this system as well is if you remove one strap and then hook this one or the other one to the opposite side, you can wear this bag as a sling, which I thought was pretty cool. And these shoulder straps by themselves are decently okay. They're a little thin, but they have a nice amount of padding to them to help kind of distribute the weight. Aside from that, there's a luggage pass-through right here, which kind of blends in and stays out of the way when not in use. But because you have to position it horizontally on a bag, your contents, like in the water bottle pockets, may fall out. I've had that issue with this water bottle in particular falling out of the bag a couple times. So this is what it looks like on. Like I said, it's fairly comfortable. It does a good job of distributing the weight on with these shoulder straps. There is a integrated sternum strap that is completely removable right here. It glides up and down on a rail for a nice amount of adjustability, and it is hidden by a flap, so you can completely hide it away or remove it if you prefer that. But aside from that, it's pretty comfortable. So taking a look at some of the compartments on this backpack, starting off with the water bottle pockets, there's one on each side. They're made from a similar material as the backpack, and They fit most size water bottles up to like 16, 20 ounce, 20, 24 ounce water bottles with no problem. They have a gusset to help with a little bit of extra expansion as well. One thing to note though is like this is a 16-inch water bottle. I have no issue getting it in or getting it out, especially with one hand, but it isn't the most secure. So if it kind of tends to slip out on the side or like come out a little bit if it's upside down. So just something to keep in mind if you store like a smaller water bottle pocket or like looser items in these compartments. On the front, it's kind of hidden, and I like this pocket a lot, is a dedicated U-lock. It's, I think, designed for specifically like bike locks, but I don't have a bike lock, so I just store like hand sanitizer in there. It is secured with Velcro, and so it's pretty nice size. It's a little tight, but it does a good job, and it has a nice mesh padding here to make sure nothing falls all the way through, and it kind of blends in to the point where you don't even know it's there unless you know where to look, which is another aspect that I really liked about it. Above that is a zippered front compartment, which also kind of blends in with this like little decoration here. It is vertical, and this is really nice because it allows you to, like, with the backpack on, swing it over one shoulder and still get access to it without taking the backpack fully off. Inside, I just have a pair of AirPods, and it spans the entire length and width of this specific area right here. So it's pretty nice size, especially for like quick access things. And then there is a sunglass pocket right here, which I usually use to store my phone and a pair of sunglasses. As you can see, it's pretty big. It has like a nice amount of depth to it, and it has like a nice quilt felt padding to make sure that any of the contents don't get scratched up or anything like that. And it also has like a nice amount of padding as well to ensure like nothing bumps it or breaks like sensitive materials like glasses. Then on the back, there is a dedicated laptop compartment on this side specifically. This spans the entire length of it, and they claim that you can fit most 15-inch devices. And so in here, I just have a standard 13-inch MacBook Pro dummy. I was able to fit my 16-inch MacBook Pro in here. It was a little tight, so I would caution you if you do decide to try and use that. It was tight, not to the point where I was concerned it would break, but it definitely took a little bit of extra work and attention to try and get it in and out of these pockets right here, specifically just because it basically takes up the entire length of the zipper. So just something to keep in mind. The last compartment is a front organization panel, which here has the dual zips, like I mentioned before, can be a little tricky to get into, especially around these corners. And so there's a nice amount of organization in this one. Right here is a zippered mesh pocket. Inside I just have a portable hard drive. It is pretty flexible and pretty stretchy. So like this is about the size of it. It's really nice for like quick access things. There is a dedicated key clip, which uses this really interesting plastic clip to help get keys in and on and off pretty easily. I found it was really smooth using to get keys off. Sometimes it did require two hands to get them on though, so just something to keep in mind. It sits right here and is just attached by a basic nylon webbing. Behind is a pseudo document sleeve, and I say pseudo just because it acts as a slip pocket and it is wide and it worked really well for documents. However, it doesn't go the entire length of the backpack. It stops about like right here for some reason. And so I didn't have any issues getting anything in or out with this, but just something to keep in mind. In front of that is another mesh pocket, which I just have a little wallet, a pen or stylus pocket, and then another just standard slip pocket, which I have a USB-C port in. And so then I like this pocket in the way that it's organized because all of the organization is at the top. So this pocket does continue on to go all the way down here, but it basically means that like I can store bigger items like headphones or like a tech pouch and it'll sit down here and not interfere with any of the organization at the top. So it does a really good way of like sectioning things off to ensure that you can still reach all of your essentials or valuables without having to like take things out in order to reach some of the other ones. So finally, the main compartment sits right here underneath a similar flap and has same issues as well. These dual zippers extend the same size, like halfway down the back, and basically allow you to open it up a decent amount. This main compartment doesn't have any extra organization to it. It's basically just kind of like a dump site. And so inside I just have a little jacket and a tech pouch. This compartment is surprising just because the bag feels like it has like a very slim profile, and I think most of the capacity is located in this compartment, and so you can really like get a good idea of how thin it is from like the side, but then it also stretches a decent amount as well so that you can fit a decent amount inside. I really appreciated this because when not in use, it just kind of tends to compact itself in. That way it's not taking up unnecessary space, but when you need to like add a little bit more storage or a little bit more gear, you can definitely do so without worrying about it like being overly stuffed. And that compartment doesn't eat up into any of the other compartments, which is also like a pretty nice pro to that main compartment specifically. So there you have it, the Chrome Industries Hawes 26-liter pack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.